Thank you for listening to the Failsafe Moment. Grab a cup of coffee and let's join Rob Statham for another informative discussion helping people learn from things that go wrong.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Rob Statham. Thank you for joining me for today's Failsafe Moment. I'd like to talk to you about human performance, human and organizational performance. Fantastic philosophy that's helped many organizations throughout various industries really become more efficient, lower their uh, safety statistics, and increase reliability. And there's a lot of admirable uh, traits to human and organizational performance. A lot of people call it HOP. Um, the whole idea is to improve safety and reliability and performance by designing systems that are better suited to the people that are operating within the system, right? It's the whole idea is to foster a culture that values learning over blame. Todd Conklin wrote a book, The Five Principles of Human Performance, and lays out uh, five principles that people can embrace on their journey of human performance. And one is people are going to make mistakes. Errors are normal. Uh, Two, blame fixes nothing, which that's absolutely true. The understatement of the year. Three, learning is vital to organizations. And honestly, you only have two choices when you respond to failure. You can learn and improve, or we can blame and punish. And learning is a strategic choice. That's something where the leaders of an organization have to understand that. The fourth principle is context drives behavior, right? The conditions under which people are working influence the people working there. When you have good systems and processes, uh, that helps manage uncertain operational outcomes, but they're always present within organizations. And um, honestly, the fifth principle is how you respond to failure matters. A very much like learning and improving is vital because you have two choices. Well, leaders can choose to use failures as opportunities for learning and improvement, or to punish those involved. And basically a repeat of three. But the bottom line is HOP's objective is to change the way people think about their organizations and how to improve. That's where, if you're familiar at all with us, with Failsafe-Network and our philosophy, uh, we're all about helping people change the way they think. That's exactly what we've been doing since 1985. Um, all of these principles are good, and honestly, they're necessary um, for a shift in organizational learning. Our founder, Bob Nelms, as I mentioned, founded Failsafe in 1985. I believe he was ahead of his time. He developed the process that we share with people all over, latent cause analysis. And these fundamental principles, they're truths, is what they are, literally were the foundation of latent cause analysis long before there was an acronym put to them as HOP. I'm overjoyed that people understand the principles and they're embracing them because it's needed. I've seen it. I've been involved with this since 2001, and I've seen it my entire working career. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the way an organization wants to move if they want to improve and also be more improved, not just statistically with safety and reliability, but actually improve their operations and production. That's the whole goal of being in business. I know we want more and more. It's just we have trouble with the balance, that tension that's involved. Well, there is a fundamental difference between those five principles and the approach of Hop and our approach to learning from things that go wrong. Um, Hop certainly hates the idea of uh, blame, and we do too. In fact, we absolutely ban blame. But where we differ, they also are abhorred at the thought of people looking at themselves as part of the problem, right? We're always looking at systems in that regard. And we here at Failsafe understand when something goes wrong, people must see their part in an incident or problem in order to change the way they think, uh, act, and behave in the future. Blame has to be banned, avoided at all costs. But what it means is no one ought to be blaming other people and things. Uh, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't look at ourselves. There's a difference between blame and us just dealing with the truth. Blame is when I don't really even try to understand. I point my finger at someone else or some other part of the organization and say it was their fault. And I never look at myself. I never even understand why they did what they did. That's why blame has to be banned. But when something goes wrong, when I experience an incident, I, it is crying out for me to look at myself, to understand it, to see how I played a part. A unique aspect in our approach to learn from incidents. Uh, Honestly, other philosophies out there, they believe human error is acceptable and unavoidable. Uh, I agree with that completely, but it's also the key to understanding. That's the key to learning and improving is people. People may cause problems, but people are the ones that need to learn. People are the ones that need to improve for the organization to improve. We certainly need better processes. We need to improve our procedures, our management systems. Absolutely. All of that needs to be addressed. But the bottom line is we need to be continually improving ourselves. And this belief is at the core of our approach to addressing uh, failure when things go wrong. In fact, when people do something that contributed to a problem. And that's how you improve your organizational culture. We not only acknowledge that people cause problems, but we actually embrace it. We understand when something goes wrong, the people that are affected must play a part in the solution. People must see their part in an incident or problem in order to change the way they think, right? How are they ever going to change the way they are or do something differently in the future if they don't see that they need to change? Why would anyone ever change if they don't recognize they're a part of the problem? This is just one of the underlying problems caused by blame. And we have a disdain, human beings, I mean, to look at ourselves. When we blame others, we tell ourselves we don't need to change. That's why we ban blame because it keeps people from understanding. Honestly, you can think about this. I know this is a fact. You cannot allow blame and learn. Learning from things that go wrong is an organizational choice, and it's accomplished by the individuals who make up the organization. Then we may begin to identify and understand latency. Latency is the conditions that exist that influence all work and honestly are the contributors, the underlying forces contributing to all incidents. That's why the goal of latent cause analysis is to understand to such an extent that people, everyone involved, people change the way they think. Because the reason we act the way we act, the reason we do our jobs the way we do our job is the way we think. Well, when we make a mistake, there's something in our thinking that needs to change. And the only way that's going to happen is for us to see it. That's when we truly learn. That's when we truly learn. The results of this process go beyond just improvements to our equipment and systems, beyond improving our methods and procedures. Uh, this process, the results, actually help restore and build trust. And that's a word that you don't hear people talk about much in the workplace, but I talk about it all the time because trust is critical. Trust is the foundation for all healthy relationships. I don't care if it's at work or at home. Trust is critical. And that's one problem with blame. It undermines trust. If your organization is serious about improving its performance, it must increase its trust. Trust must improve from top to bottom and side to side within an organization. Honestly, it's the oil that keeps teamwork moving smoothly. And this comes from the people within the organization, all levels, looking at themselves as part of their problems instead of blaming other people and things. When we learn, then we improve. And learning should be for everyone involved. Everyone needs to see their part, own it, and decide what to do differently in the future. And that's the purpose of latent cause analysis. That's how it helps people in organizations improve. I love where the industries are going over the last 25 years. From my observation, we're going in the right direction. I think Bob Nelms was ahead of his time when he understood the power of latency and the way it affects the way people are and the way people contribute to it. That's the key, honestly, to learning, growing, and improving your organization and your culture. Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about this week. I hope that made you think a little bit. If you disagree with something, I'd love to hear from you. If you agree with it, I'd love to hear from you. I would just enjoy your comments. Feel free to give us an email. I think in the outro here we have contact information coming up. Until the next show, take care and stay safe.
Thank you for listening to the Failsafe Moment. We'd love to hear from you. Share your comments and questions below or contact us through our website, www.failsafe-network.com. Once again, that's www.failsafe-network.com. Until next time, have a great day.